Aggregate demand. Okay, aggregate demand. Our first one is consumption. That is all the purchasing by people in the economy. This is by far the largest part. All of our goods and services are bought and sold. Investment. This is called gross private investment. There's another term for this that you need to know. It's also called interest-sensitive consumption. Okay? Now, that's kind of confusing maybe. Interest-sensitive consumption. That means that it responds to interest rates. So, if interest rates go up, investment goes down because you don't want to borrow at high interest. If interest rates go down, that will incentivize consumers or borrowers to purchase. So if you need to buy a new truck for your business and interest rates are low, if you do the cost-benefit analysis, it would make more sense for you at a certain interest rate. Well, now that's affordable over a 6-year plan if interest goes to 4% rather than 6%. And if you own a company that has 10 vehicles, that makes a lot of money difference, 1% interest. Okay, so that gross private investment is also known as interest-sensitive consumption. And that's our investment demand curve. All those things fit with just interest rates. Okay, I've heard that interest rates are about 20% of the test. Okay, if I take that 2012 exam and type Control F and search for interest rates, I think it came up like 26 times in 60 questions. Okay, so interest rates are important. Gross private investment as a component of aggregate demand can change our GDP. Okay, so interest rates. That's why you hear the president talking about the Federal Reserve Bank and interest rates and whether they should or shouldn't do it. Raise, or they don't actually raise them. We'll get into that later. Okay? All right. Then, of course, there's government spending. Okay? Government spending is actually kind of an automatic stabilizer for us. Okay? Now, government is our largest employer in the United States. They have roughly 2.18 million employees. Our government is a massive, massive operation. So when our government partially shut down, that was bad. That was 500,000 jobs of people not getting paid. Okay? It's a whole lot. So government spending is a big deal to us. And of course we have our net exports. And that is X minus M. Exports minus imports. Anytime you see net, you have to subtract something. Okay? So export is what we make. That's our GDP. We make it, then we sell it and ship it out. Import is what we buy. Okay? So if another country enters into a recession, which is exactly what's on this test right here from last year. Okay? It says, assume the Eurozone, a major trading partner of the U.S., enters into a recession. If one of our trading partners is in a recession, what does that do to us? Do we sell them more stuff? No, they're broke, aren't they? So what happens? Our exports decrease. What does our aggregate demand do? It decreases. What does our GDP do? It decreases. What does our unemployment do? It goes up. So you guys are problem solvers. That's what this class is, problem solving. This is what you have to know in order to problem solve. Okay? Do you make an A in algebra for knowing the quadratic formula? Or do you need to know how to plug it in? You know how to use it, right? That is the point. That's why people say my class is hard. It's not. It's problem solving. But you have to get through this in order to be able to problem solve. Okay? Alright, any questions about the CIGXn stuff and aggregate demand? Hopefully it's all starting to take shape for you. I hope it is. Okay? Because we have